The vastness of space hung silent and eternal, but the calm was disrupted when a shimmering alien vessel appeared above Earth. The Kaliren, a race renowned for their advanced technology and cautious nature, had arrived. Unlike other explorers, they sought not riches or conquest, but knowledge. Earth had been classified as a Category 5 death world, the most perilous in the known galaxy. Such planets were usually avoided, but the Kaliren couldn't ignore the unusual signals emanating from this small blue sphere. Their ship, sleek and delicate, orbited above the planet's chaotic atmosphere. Inside, the Kaliren studied data streams with a mix of awe and unease. They were a species born of stability, their own homeworld a place of perfect balance, no storms, no predators, no chaos. Yet here was a planet where danger thrived, where life existed not despite the chaos but because of it. What perplexed them even more was the dominant species, humanity. Humans were a paradox. Their history was littered with violence, yet their achievements in science, art, and cooperation rivaled those of ancient galactic empires. What kind of species could flourish on a world where earthquakes shattered landscapes, hurricanes tore apart cities, and predators roamed freely? The Kaliren needed to know, but their cautious nature demanded a measured approach. A decision was made. Contact would be limited, controlled. The Kaliren identified a remote location where they could meet Earth's leaders. A delegation of Earth's brightest minds, including scientists and diplomats, arrived at the designated site. The aliens, with their fragile, insectoid forms and shimmering translucent skin, communicated through a translator device, their voices soft and melodic. "We mean no harm," the Kaliren began, their words deliberate. "We come to observe, to understand. Your world, it defies logic. Its volatility should not sustain life. Yet here you are." The human representatives exchanged glances. They were no strangers to Earth's dangers, but hearing it described by alien outsiders brought a new perspective. One scientist stepped forward. "Our resilience is born of necessity," she explained. "Earth demands strength and ingenuity, and we have risen to the challenge. What you see as chaos, we see as opportunity." The Kaliren listened, intrigued but unconvinced. Their advanced scanners had already detected phenomena they deemed catastrophic: powerful storms brewing over oceans, volcanoes rumbling beneath tectonic plates, and countless microorganisms they found terrifying. To them, humanity's survival bordered on miraculous. Permission was granted for the Kaliren to observe humanity more closely, though with strict conditions to avoid interference. The aliens deployed cloaked drones to study cities, rural areas, and untouched wilderness. From their vantage points, they witnessed scenes that left them both horrified and amazed: humans braving harsh blizzards to rescue others, farmers cultivating land in arid deserts, and engineers constructing skyscrapers that touched the clouds. Each act of defiance against nature was a puzzle to the Kaliren. Why didn't humans flee to safer planets? Why did they remain on this dangerous world? The answer eluded them, but one thing was clear: Earth and its people were unlike anything the galaxy had ever known. The Kaliren had long prided themselves on their ability to calculate risks, to foresee outcomes with chilling accuracy. They had studied countless worlds, dissected species, and cataloged threats. But Earth was something else entirely. It was unpredictable, reckless, and wildly dangerous. Yet, it was the very unpredictability of humanity that began to intrigue them. Still, they had never imagined it would take an event like this for them to truly understand what humanity was capable of. A massive earthquake struck, ripping through a populated region. The tremors were violent, shaking buildings to their core, tearing apart roads, and sending entire sections of cities into chaos. The Kaliren watched, stunned, as the destruction unfolded. Their first instinct was to retreat, to use their technology to shield themselves from the catastrophe. Yet their safety systems began to fail, straining against Earth's forces. Their vessels were not designed for such unpredictable chaos. As the tremors subsided, the Kaliren realized they were stranded, their technology unable to fully protect them from the aftermath of the quake. It was then that they witnessed the true nature of humanity. Human rescue teams, unaffected by the same level of panic that overwhelmed the Kaliren, quickly mobilized. They moved without hesitation, using whatever tools they could find, helicopters, cranes, even their bare hands, to rescue those trapped beneath rubble. There were no thoughts of fear, no retreat to safety. The humans, despite the quake's devastation, were focused on one thing: saving lives. The Kaliren, in their fragile state, were forced to rely on these same humans for survival. Without hesitation, a group of Earth's emergency responders arrived at the Kaliren's position, guiding them to safety. The very species they had observed from a distance as a potential threat was now their savior. The Kaliren couldn't help but feel a deep, growing respect for humanity. Their vulnerability, their willingness to risk everything in the face of peril, marked them as something far more than they had ever anticipated. The days following the disaster revealed more of humanity's strength. Cities began to rebuild at an astonishing pace. Humans didn't wait for perfect solutions. They improvised, they adapted. The Kaliren watched engineers working tirelessly to restore vital infrastructure, medics tending to the injured, and ordinary citizens stepping up to help their neighbors. It was not merely survival, it was a display of hope, resilience, and a deep-seated commitment to one another. The Kaliren were forced to confront their own limitations. They had assumed their technology and advanced knowledge would place them above humanity. They had assumed they could observe without ever being part of the story. But now, in the aftermath of a disaster, they were faced with a new reality. Humanity's capacity for strength, unity, and innovation surpassed anything the Kaliren had encountered. It became clear to the Kaliren: Earth, despite its chaos and danger, was home to a species unlike any other. Humanity had not only survived in a world built on volatility, but it had thrived. And it wasn't just survival. They fought to make their world better, to protect one another, and to keep moving forward in the face of unimaginable odds. The Kaliren, with all their technology and wisdom, had been humbled. They had seen humanity in its purest form, not as a threat, but as a force of nature. The respect they once felt for humanity had evolved into something far deeper, a recognition that Earth's people had an untapped potential that could change the course of galactic history. It wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about legacy, about shaping the future. And in that moment, the Kaliren knew their place in it.